Going on, everybody? It's your boy, that Pens fan 412, and I'm coming back at you with another, another. After the game, the day after, we talk about the Penguin game preview video thing. Still haven't figured out a proper title for it, so we're just going to keep going with whatever comes to the top of my mind whenever I start this. If and only if the Pittsburgh Penguins can continue to win games, will we see the opportunity of the playoffs present itself. And honestly, it has presented itself again because last night the Pittsburgh Penguins took on the Nashville Predators, a callback to the 2016 Stanley Cup Finals, a finals where we saw things such as PK Subban's socks. Yes, they actually made a very notable reference to PK Subban's socks. A lot in that playoff series for some reason. I don't know why, but his sock game was apparently on point. And they made a point to talk about it during that playoff series. Maybe if they would have talked about anything else, the Preds would have had a chance and the Penguins wouldn't have been back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. But, okay. Yeah, we'll just remind everybody of that. You remember that goal that was taken away? We're not going to go there. But before we begin, I just want to say to the 20 people out there that have subscribed to this channel, you are absolutely wonderful, absolutely delightful, and a member of the Pens fan 412 army. Let's keep the ranks growing, folks. We're trying to get to 40. That's the next goal. We're at 20. We're trying to get to 40. Let's get a couple more people. I know there's some people that are watching this right now that watch these videos on the reg that aren't subscribed. The analytics tell me all about you. Tiffany, Jonathan, Carlos, you got to go ahead and just hit the subscribe button. It's right down here and it's free. Join the army, join the growing ranks. Let's get to 40. We're at 20. We're almost there. Let's get there. We know we can because we got to 20. We can get to 40. I believe in all of you. And if you're new here and you find any of this entertaining, consider subscribing or consider coming back to watch another episode of this show to really consider subscribing ultimately. But hey, enough about that. Let's move on into the game. Like I said, the Pittsburgh Penguins took on the Nashville Predators yesterday, and the starting goaltenders for that game for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Tristan Jarry, and for the Nashville Predators, Josi Saros. And let's get into it, folks. So the first period, a lot of opportunities. This is a game, once again, we find ourselves in a game of battling netminders, a game of battling goalies. Two guys that just do not want to get scored on. Jarry, because I'm sure he's probably afraid to lose his job. I mean, if you listen to any Penguins fans anywhere on social media, Jarry's probably terrified of losing his job, not if it's the rest at the end of this season or the rest of this season or whatever. He's fighting for a job. If he's not fighting for a job, then there's a problem. But I think he is. The way he's been playing, I think he truly is starting to figure out, hey, my job's on the line here. I should probably step it up. Because he's been playing pretty good ever since people started really questioning whether or not we need him. And then you got Josi Saros, who is, like most Nashville Predators goaltenders that I've seen in the history of the time that I've been alive to watch hockey, always remarkably good against Pittsburgh. You know, like Pekka Rinne was always remarkably good against Pittsburgh. Saros is another one of those guys where, yeah, he's pretty good. And the first period proved that. I mean, there was a great opportunity late in the first there for Sid the Kid Crosby. He slap shotted it. He hit that like 1990s style halfway in the offensive zone from the dot slapper, and it hits the post. The post makes a beautiful save for the Nashville Predators as well. Don't count out the post. The post is always there when you need him. He's always there. Either of them. All three. They're there. We roll on into the second period, and it's more of the same. Predators had a good opportunity in the second period, but Tristan Jarry decided he wasn't going to have that. He said, not today. And he stopped them. So, that's good. Then we get into the third period here. And then we're scrolling through the third period. We're battling in. We're rolling through it, right? And it's 7 minutes and 1 second into the third period. Janikowski's up there in the offensive zone. There's a lot of stuff going on in front of Jarry. This seemed to be a common theme as the game went on. A lot of stuff going on in front of Jarry. And Janikowski just takes the benefactor of that, wrists it into the back of the net, and it's 1-0 Predators. And at that point, Penguins fans are like, yeah, you know what? Seems right. Beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, lose to the Predators. Yeah, sounds about right to me. Except that's not how it went, right? Man, that's not how it went at all, actually. Because at 11 minutes, the Pittsburgh Penguins are out there. And Rickard Rakell has the puck. He gives it over to Brock McGinn. That's a notable name. We'll get to that at the end of the video. Brock McGinn. And Brock McGinn gets it over to Sid the Kid Crosby on a breakaway. Partial breakaway nonetheless. And Crosby, with just the most animated facial expression, decides that he's going to put it 5-hole in the back of the net. And that's exactly what he does. I'm telling you, go look back at the goal. Look at Crosby's face. Look how animated his face is. He is intense. He is on the spot right there. He is intense. The man looked like he had to take a poo. That's how animated his face was. And it's 1-1, tied up again. And at 18:21, just a wee bit after that, we go ahead and we get this opportunity right here. Now, this is not necessarily, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in front of Saros, right? And then the puck gets bounced off of Saros. It gets over to Zucker, and Zucker puts her in the back of the net. It's 2-1 Pittsburgh. Zucker, the Selly king of the Penguins this year, once again proving that he's a Selly king here. And the Selly afterwards, he's just ecstatic. Like, yes. You can tell he wants to win games. You can tell by how excited he gets when he scores goals that he wants to win. That's a guy we need on our team still. He wants to win. And he puts the Penguins ahead 2-1 late in the third period. And right before the end of the period, you got the Predators with an empty net, as one would do at the end of the game when you're down by 1. And Brian Rust, Rusty, the puck is like pushed into the offensive zone, and Rust pulling off what I can only explain is like an NHL 2023 superstar ability animation of the dive for the relentless ability. Because my man dived for the puck. This was an individual effort, if I've ever seen one, to get an empty net. And he backhand slaps her, and it goes in. And it's 3-1 Pittsburgh. And that's how the game ends. And the Pittsburgh Penguins defeat the Nashville Predators 3-1 in regulation. Hoo-ah. That's 3 dubs in a row. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Now, a few things before we get into the end of the whole thing here. We got a couple things going on with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Brock McGinn, who was in this game, has been put on waivers, as well as Mark Friedman. We find out today at 2:00 if either of them are picked up by any teams. I'm not going to lie, kind of like Kapanen, I expect somebody to take McGinn. I don't necessarily expect anybody to take Friedman. I mean, unless they're really hurting for a right-handed defenseman, I don't expect Friedman not to clear waivers. I do expect Brock McGinn to get picked up by somebody. And he had an assist in this game, too, which makes it even more ironic to some varying degree. But I can see why the Penguins are clearly trying to make some kind of cap space. There's going to be a trade made. It feels like we're setting up for a trade we have to make space for. And McGinn, unfortunately, is the guy that had to get put on waivers because we just need to clear the space from his contract, and it happens. That's hockey. You know, I don't know what else to say in that situation. But we'll find out at 2 o'clock here today that this video is posted on March of the 1st. And yeah, we'll find out. Your 3 stars of the game this evening. First star, Sidney Crosby. Second star, Mark Janikowski. Third star, Tristan Jarry. Shots on goal were found in the Pittsburgh Penguins' favor, 34-25. Face-off percentage in Pittsburgh's favor as well, but 63.6 to 36.4. The Pens did not want to lose face-offs in this game. Power plays, nobody scored on, but the Pens had 3 and the Preds had 2. Hits were in the Predators' favor, 34-26. Blocked shots in the Preds' favor, 24-20. Giveaways were even at 10. Takeaways in the Preds' favor, 12-10. But hey, that's it. This has been the Pens Fan 412, and I want to thank you all for watching. If you like the video, give it a like. If you dislike the video, give it a dislike. I expect honesty around here, folks. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, what do you think the Penguins are going to do? What kind of person do you think they're going to bring into the fold to try to help turn the bus around even more? Drop it in the comments section below, and I will see you all in the future. Peace out, everyone.